Hi everyone, it's Jackie from the Marengo-Union Library here to show you how to do our June craft. What we'll be making this month is we're going to be making some flowers out of plastic water bottles. So in your kit you'll get 3 bottles of water and some floral wire and some paint and the instructions. So the first thing you want to do is, if you decide you want to maybe make a picture with the bottom of the water bottle, oops, that one was cut already. You're probably going to want to use the water bottle when it still has water in it. And you can dip it in paint and you can just kind of make designs if you want. All right, I tried doing that with my empty water bottles and it didn't work. So that's why I want to give you the heads up. If you want to do some designs maybe with the bottom of the water bottle, it works best to do that when the water bottles still have water in them. And then after you're done with that, then you can maybe make the plastic flowers, okay? So you can empty your water bottle one way or the other, and then you're going to cut off the top. I have one right here that I started to work on. And I'm just going to cut the top off. Okay, so we don't really need the bottom for anything. So we've got the top right now, and then I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scissors and I'm going to cut some slits in my water bottle. What you're making is your petals. Okay. Don't cut all the way to the top. You want to maybe, I don't know if you can see, maybe cut like right up to maybe about that far up. And then you're going to do is you're going to turn your water bottle pieces that you've cut, and you're going to turn them inside out. Okay. I'm going to show you that to you. Now, the water bottles I have that to give you are fairly thin. So if you have some other water bottles at home, maybe some Pepsi bottles or Coke bottles, the plastic on those is a little heavier. It'd be a little heavier to cut the top off, but I think the petals might hold up a little bit better. Okay. All right, so that's what it looks like. But I need to now is round the petals out so they look more like petals. As you think about it, you know, if you have a party or if you get a little thirsty and you drink a lot of bottle of water, what do you do with the bottles afterwards? You can recycle them, certainly. But maybe before you do that, maybe you want to cut the tops off of them. You can make some pretty flowers for your garden. All right, see? I have made my petals, and I'm just going to kind of shape them a little bit. All right, and I'll show you that one more time with the other one here. This one here I cut uneven, so I'm probably going to even it out a little bit first. On the bottles that I'm sending you home, where I made the cut or cut it off, the bottom part was probably about maybe the second line down. But you can experiment with that. Okay, so I've done that. And now I'm going to cut my slits. And you can cut as many as you want. Depends on the colors you want in your flower. All right. Okay, that's what it looks like there. And now I'm going to turn the plastic inside out. I'm going to reshape it. So I can see how many petals I have, and if I want more petals, or if I want thinner petals. Okay, now I'm going to cut and shape my petals. I'm going to round off those edges. All the way around. I'm going to send you home think the paint that I have is pink. Got some pink paint and some purple paint. And I think I bought some orange paint too that I can send home. You might have yellow from the Bumblebee Craft. Okay, I've done that. Now I'm just going to kind of smush it down a little bit, maybe on the table, just to kind of give it some more shape. All right. Then I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the petals. So I've got a paintbrush here, and I've got some paint, and I'm going to paint the petals. Now the part of the petal you want to paint, I'm sorry, the part of the bottle you want to paint is the part that is curled upwards. You might need probably a couple coats to put on there. And if you want to add a second color like I've done here, I'll show you. See, I've got 2 colors there. I did one, actually I've got 3 colors there. I did one and then I did the other 2 after they dried. So as you know, anytime you're using paint, it always takes a while for it to dry. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. And then after you're done with these, after they're dried, I'm going to show you how to put the wire on there. And then you can maybe put these out in your flower bed, or maybe in the planter. And also after you're done, when your paint is dry and you're happy with your petals, you've got your stem on there, if you want to put some decoupage on there, you can. There's different kinds of decoupage. The Mod Podge is, there's I think a glossy and a matte finish. It'll kind of give it maybe a little more lasting ability. Hopefully it'll prevent the sun from. Okay, so see, I've got my blue layer on there now. Oops, it's still sticking up. There we go. Okay, now I think I'm going to use another color too. It hasn't quite dried yet, but I think if I'm careful, I can probably just add a little bit of. And in this case, normally you don't want to see brush strokes on things, you know, but in this case, I think the brush strokes really make it look very, very unique. I'll hold that up for you in a second so you can see. Okay, see how pretty that looks? Okay, I think it still needs a little bit bending down. All right, I'm going to do the other one. And this one here, I didn't cut down quite as far, so I don't know if that's what's making the difference, but see how this one here kind of flops up, but that's okay. It's supposed to look like a flower, so that's all right if it flops up a little bit. This one here is, for some reason, holding up, it's turning, the edges are turning over a little bit better. So you can experiment with that as far as how far down you want to make your cuts. And you can always cut more, you just can't uncut it. All right, so let's see what colors. The last time was mostly blue. So this time I'll do mostly purple with a little touch of blue. Oops. Okay, well, I'm sure you probably don't want to spend all your time watching me paint my petals, but I think you get the idea now, right? Okay, so after your petals are dry and you're happy with your paint job, what you're going to do is you're going to take your wire. Okay, I'm going to send you home with 2 pieces of floral wire, and if you need more, you can probably get some more from the store. All right, okay, so take that, and then I'm going to, remember we left the caps on there? I'm going to loosen the cap a little bit, okay, and I'm going to put the wire around the cap, the top of the bottle. There we go. And then I'm going to screw the lid on tight. And that's going to keep my wire in place. Yeah, so if this might work out a little bit better for you if you have a little heavier plastic bottles, and also with here we go. All right, I got it now. Okay, so now I'm going to get that on there. I'm going to take the top, and there we go. I did paint the outside of my top yellow. Well, your flower is going to be up like this, but then after you can kind of see the yellow through there. And you can also take a marker maybe if you want to add some seeds. And you probably want to do that again from the back side of your flower. I will show you that. Okay, so I put on the back side there. All right, and then you turn it around, you can kind of see the seeds, right? Okay, so you can make a whole garden of plastic flowers. And the best thing about these is they don't need to be watered. All right, happy crafting, and we'll see you again later this month for another craft. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.